Hi, welcome to Foundations, where we dive into the world of individuals that are shaping the world. I am so excited to be joined by my dear friend Nikki Mehta, who is the co-founder and creative director of Fable Mane, an Ayurvedic hair brand that is honestly taking over the world and is doing great things and putting culture on the map in mainstream media, which to me is a big deal. As brown people, I think we struggle doing that. And Nikki and Akash have done that really well. So I'm super excited to have her on here to talk about confidence, life, and how she is as an entrepreneur, and our favorite subject, manifestation. So let's dive in. Hi, Nikki. How are you?
Good, Fizah. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to have you on here because you're
So
such a dear
excited.
friend,
Yes.
and there's so much I learn from you whenever we have a conversation. So I'm really excited you're on my podcast
I'm
today.
so excited. Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna ask you a few questions about like the beginning of your journey, and then we'll go into sort of more around confidence and things like that.
Perfect.
So your story began with your grandma's ritual for Fable and May, right? How did those early experiences shape you emotionally and your sort of way of looking at beauty?
I think, beauty was always holistic growing up because it was not just taking care of your skin or your hair, it's taking care of your soul, like your spirit, and how you feel.
Yeah.
So emotions were a big part of it because for us it was like a bonding ritual. I get to spend time with my grandma. She'll tell me stories, these fables.
Yeah.
And then through the act of massage, you just get a head massage. So you feel good.
Yeah.
So it's a state of mind rather than something you have to do to achieve a result.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that really influence and family, just,
Yeah.
the importance of family.
Yeah, absolutely. You once described oiling hair as an act of love, right? So, what role has self care played in your life?
Yeah, so self-care to me is like something I breathe and
Yeah.
I think I'm the queen of self-care
Yeah.
now because there's no limit,
Yeah.
especially because I just love, I can bathe the whole day and like do
Yeah.
20 different rituals.
Yeah. No,
morning
you and
to
I are the
night.
same like that. Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what was that when we wanted to do the milk bath,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And then like there's just
Yeah.
so much here in Dubai, especially.
Yeah.
So self-care, I think it's just taught, to take care of yourself first, like put the oxygen mask on yourself first before another.
Absolutely.
Fill your own cup, love yourself. But more important than loving yourself, accepting yourself. So we're in the beauty world, so taking care of your body, loving it, accepting it, treating it well. Because if you don't, who will?
Yeah.
And making time for it in the day,
Absolutely.
prioritizing it, right? Even if you have 5 minutes, if you have an hour, great. How you speak to yourself and how you treat yourself is how others will.
Absolutely.
So,
And I think self acceptance is something that both of us have struggled with.
yeah.
For me personally, I think I came to a nirvana point of self acceptance when I accepted the shitty parts of myself. When I was like, you know what? There are parts that aren't perfect, but I'm human. So it's okay to be imperfect and sort of move on with life because your tribe will love you through that,
Exactly.
And when
It's
I
like
started,
shadow work or something,
exactly.
yeah.
So when I stopped doing that, like when I stopped looking for acceptance and approval from everyone, is when my life changed essentially. So what was it for you that sort of brought you to self acceptance?
Similar way, looking for validation from everyone but myself because maybe you don't spend the time getting to know yourself, right? But I remember probably two moments. I feel my personal life, I've been tested either through relationships or rejection.
Yeah.
Right, because that really depends on where you put your value in life. But if a personal with work, it's sometimes easier in my head to just be like, oh, it's work, it's not personal, right? Or you can just take it in your stride. It's fine. I didn't get that offer, or that retailer said no, but it's fine. Tomorrow it'll happen. But if it's something personal, and if you let it get to you,
because that hits deeper.
it hits a lot deeper, and then your sense of worth or self-worth can or low self-esteem can shake a bit. Then I feel you look for answers or you look for solutions somewhere, and you have to either find that within and do the work. Not many people want to look at themselves. Or and that's a spiritual path. So you meditate, you can read, go to people, speak it out, or you go into a world of escaping. right?
Yeah.
Addictions, travel, just
Exactly.
find the next thing to fill your cup, but then you're not really learning.
Yeah.
So I think acceptance was hard, and then also I tried microdosing.
Yeah. And how was that?
That was interesting because that
Yeah.
really, I my first experience with mushrooms, and just a little bit, and it was really great because I felt I could. The word that came to me was acceptance.
Oh, wow.
Like literally that word. And it was like so powerful. And I'm like, what am I not accepting?
Yeah.
And then I journaled for like 10 pages and wrote
Wow.
down everything, what I don't accept about myself, or what I'm not accepting, what I struggle.
Yeah.
Usually it's your ego, which is like thinks it knows best and wants everything to be the way you want it to be and control. And then it's just a process of letting go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe that was my biggest stumbling block and lesson that I needed to face.
To just accept.
Just accept, because if you really accept yourself, then you're happy.
Yeah.
You're content. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll happen when it's meant to happen.
Yeah.
And when it does, it comes to you.
Yeah.
But if you're not, then you're always in the state of anxiety.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So during your lowest moments, right?
Yeah.
What are some daily rituals that have helped you sort of come back to center or ground you?
Yeah, so I feel obviously there's nothing like oiling your
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah, of course.
It's created a hair oil brand for a reason, because it just relaxes your mind.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
You pressed your crown chakras, your whole nervous system. And little things like looking in the mirror. Sometimes I'll do a little happy dance or just smile at myself and be like, Nikki, you've got this, or you're looking so beautiful today. Like not in a vanity way, but just, to feel good. But I remember during lockdown, because that was a low point, I guess, for everyone.
Yeah.
I really got into tarot cards and oracle
nice.
cards. Like I started watching them on YouTube, just different people do your star sign or like just talk about things. And I started collecting decks. I have like now 20, and I would just pick a card for myself as the guidance of the day.
Yeah.
Like close my eyes, take a few breaths, ask the universe or a higher power,
Yeah.
what do I need to know today?
Yeah.
And it would just be like a fun thing. And it ended up being like really a great way to connect to my own intuition.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So basically, tarot cards is what led you back to your intuition.
Oracles, tarot.
Yeah.
They're just little methods.
Yeah.
But it was just a fun way. Like cards can show you things. And then it started happening. And that was my whole introduction into this world of like manifesting. You see something or an oracle card, or, we've spoken about the vision cloud before.
Yeah.
Like you see visual. I'm such a visual person. Like then I can visualize something and see the details, how it smells, the textures, the everything about it, really specific. And then when it happens, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it actually happened.
Yeah, your thoughts create a reality.
Yeah. And speaking of manifestation, I think that's a subject that I love speaking to you about, because I feel like there are things that you have manifested and you continue to do so. And I think you have a very strong belief in the universe and now yourself as well, which is amazing, which is, I think, the two ingredients that you need for manifestation is having self-acceptance and self-worth to know that you deserve it. And then the second is believing that the universe is with you and not against you, right?
Exactly.
But let's talk about the real shit, right? Like when manifestation is hard. Let's say you've gone through a breakup, or you've lost your business, or you've lost your job, and you need to sit there and feel the feelings of, oh no, but it's going to happen for me. How does one do that? Because it's really hard to do it when you're down in the dumps, because you have to feel it to believe it, right?
I think that's where confidence comes in. Really, I'm not talking about confidence. Anyone can be outwardly confident, but like that inner, or even calmness, patience.
Yeah.
Because we're in this world today where we want everything now. Yeah. Like social media's just ruined it, and we have to accept that the whole social media world is like fake.
Yeah.
But things take time.
Yeah.
Like a seed takes time to grow into a tree, and at the beginning it's nothing. But you can plant those intentions, but it takes a while. Like I was single for 30 years, and I met someone, and within 6 months, like married such, our friend, and you saw the journey, like how that happened. Yeah. But it's not like I didn't want to meet someone 10 years ago, just wasn't the time.
Yeah.
So the same thing, some things will manifest quicker. So if you're really feeling low, or something like, let's say you're a breakup, or business, like now I'm starting new brands, and I'm in this kind of this feel like, oh my God, can I do it again? What if it's not as successful as Fable Mane? What if nobody buys it? Like, you're starting again from scratch, and there's no guarantee. And it's like, ooh, and I'm not doing it with my brother, so it's like I'm doing it on my own. So it's like, okay, I have to rebuild that trust. But it's a good lesson in life, because it's like, well, what are you really looking for? Is it not enough for you? Which it is, just that joy of creation and hoping someone will buy it. But if you put all this pressure on at the early stages, I think the manifesting becomes harder. Because you don't let it be what it's meant to be. Some things aren't meant to be, and this is how you define success. Some things aren't meant to be big and viral on the internet. Some things are meant to be small, and some things are not. And I just feel like this is where the trust in the universe, you kind of place the order and you let go of the results. And then you take the pressure off, like, oh my God, when is my order coming? Like, you know, like, when is it? Like, is it him? Is it him? Is it this person? Is it this retailer? And then it's like, no, it'll be what it's meant to be. And then you can steer the ship. Obviously, you're in control of your own life. But I think you just should let a bit of magic happen as well. Like, not know the answers. I think that's a big thing, because I really wanted to know in the past, like, how everything would turn out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I love that you said was that it's so nice to just create. And if someone buys it, that's a bonus.
Exactly.
But, you know,
but the joy is in the creating.
Exactly. So, like, you know, so if, like, you know, if you're creating a business through that angle, I think that's a very feminine energy. And I think that, I mean, we talk about energies as well, about the masculine and the feminine. I think that everyone should have the feminine and the masculine in them. But I think that with the creation, the masculine comes when you're executing. But I think that confidence of knowing that you've created something great is one. And I think the magic of the universe, that whatever is meant to happen for you will happen. And I think that is such a great way to think about things from your perspective, because you're just happy creating.
I'm just happy creating. And honestly, if it's the masculine or a masculine energy that needs to take care of how it's executed, great. But softness will be my strength and someone else, because the minute I'll try to become what I'm not, which is in the masculine energy, I'll lose it. Then it'll affect my nervous system. I'll get stressed, then I get IBS, and then it all goes downhill. And then, you know, I'm not leading from a place of authenticity.
And what about, like, with Fable Mane? Like, how did that come about? Like, you were the creator and was like,
so Akash, So I was like the brand, so the logo, the product, the scent, everything you see, until like the time of launch. And then I realized it's going to be a lot to do alone. And Akash had very complementary but different skills, as you know him. From corporate world and digital marketing expertise and the team. So I was like, okay, he's like, I'll be CEO, you do creative, let's join forces. And it's been 5 years, and it's been amazing, because it's your sibling, but also you have roles as a you know, founders to fulfill. And we've grown a lot, but we really divide and conquer. So there's no stepping on, we have boundaries, there's no stepping on each other's toes. He's also equally as creative, so he'll have opinions, and I also will have maybe opinions on the type of company structure I think works for the brand or culture. But at the end of the day, it's just like respecting each other's lanes.
And I think that is very important to have that respect. Which I see in both of you, which is amazing to see.
And that respect and the family comes first. We always said that before any like conflict or teething issues. So I think if you have your values before you have with the co-founder, like what's important. Because otherwise there will be greed or ego. Something will get in the way.
Absolutely.
Right?
So Nikki, tell me about one belief about yourself that you kind of had to grow. Tell me about one belief about yourself that you had to let go of to grow as a person.
Such a good question. I feel through life, you get tested through a lot of things. But if you really want to grow, you have to be patient and really believe that you're enough. You know, you constantly get tested, like, oh, does that mean I'm not worthy or something happens? So I think just the simple belief that it's okay, I'm enough. And then things can get to you, but you don't take them so personally.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think, like, you're like today, you're a very confident person, and I'm sure that wavers sometimes, internally. But what sort of gave you that confidence, like, to be who you are today?
I think meditation. Like,
Really?
I think it's so undervalued, and meditation doesn't necessarily. Sometimes it's hard to just sit in silence
Yeah.
if you haven't like released.
Yeah.
So it could be movement, different forms of meditation, whatever brings you in that zen.
Yeah.
It's hard for sometimes even me just to sit after a whole day in silence.
Yeah.
But what it gave me was it took away all this noise in my mind and these thoughts that I thought I couldn't control. Kind of just be like, okay, it's interesting. I feel like this today, or this situation made me feel like this, but it's not. It will pass, and it does, just through focusing on your breath. And it gave me calmness, and that calmness I feel is confidence.
Yeah.
So I feel I've really changed the way I approach things now. So calmness is the new confidence, and softness is the new strength.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that is for me true confidence, because it's like you're just being yourself and you're not seeking it from something else outside of you, and you don't have to be loud to be confident.
Absolutely.
Right?
I 100% agree with you. Tell me, Nikki, like, in terms of meditation, how do you meditate? Like, because you said it's not just about sitting in stillness or silence. How do you meditate?
So I do a lot of movement meditation.
Oh, wow.
Like
Okay. So
Qigong, Tai Chi,
okay.
Yoga Nidra, like just different forms of movement that will sometimes shaking or somatic breath work. Anything that will help move energy.
Okay.
Because I feel energy, as we know, once it gets stuck, it can only be transformed, but it gets stagnant, right? And that leads to like disease or stress. So I need to move to get out of my mind into my body.
Yeah.
And then in my body, I feel relaxed. I feel more present.
Yeah.
I'm more calm. And then I can sit in silence. So I almost need to like release, because there's just so much we've built up, and as women we're just carrying of everyone else,
absolutely,
and our own past and limiting beliefs. So it's kind of, it just helps get us back in the moment. And now scientifically, it's proven that practicing Qigong, Tai Chi, some movement meditations can really help calm your nervous system and reverse, even not just aging, but reverse disease on a cellular level.
Really?
Yeah, it's
That's
amazing.
very interesting.
You can change your genetics. So sometimes if you're born with certain diseases or mental disorders and stuff, you can actually change it throughout, not without medication. Meditation be your medication, really.
Yeah.
But start moving. And it can be, it's not necessarily high intensity. Like, I know we all love Pilates and yoga, and kickboxing and stuff, but it's just tuning in with your flow. So I love Chinese medicine, how they look at energy, the Dantian, the Qigong. There's a natural law in the universe. You see it in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
So I love wildlife because there's a natural harmony that exists. And animals in the wild, when they're stressed, they just shake it off.
Yeah.
Right? They shake off trauma.
Yeah.
And then they're in their bodies, they're present, and then they move on to the next thing. They don't like carry it with them.
Yeah.
But we as humans, we store everything in our gut.
Yeah.
We either emotionally eat, or we don't eat.
Yeah.
Or we overthink, and then that thought lingers.
Yeah.
And then we build these samskaras, these blockages and patterns that keep coming up time and time again. And it's like we just don't want to release it.
Yeah.
Someone can tell you mentally, let go, but I almost have to now physically tell my body, let it go, so that my mind will listen.
That's very interesting.
It's a way of disciplining my mind.
Yeah. And you know what? I love that you're talking about all of this, because I feel like a lot of people will give this advice, but they won't tell you the practical way to do it.
Yes.
Like people like, oh yeah, let it go. Oh yeah, and I'm just like, okay, but how?
And just go on YouTube. Or like last night, I did a Qigong exercise. It's called Yoki on YouTube, 10 minutes before bed.
Yeah.
It's free. I want to do a hypnotherapy now for ADHD. Because I'm mildly on the spectrum. So I want to understand that and how to manage my thoughts or when I get triggered. So it's just understanding all of this. And then when you're in your best state, then you get the creative ideas and the business you're in a right state to work as well, or be with other people. But I don't think people realize that the power is in their own hands. And you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't have to like spend a lot of time. Just go online.
Yeah, absolutely.
and find a practice that works for you. Some people, it could be dancing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like ecstatic dancing, trance dance.
Exactly.
It's just so much. Cacao ceremony, sound healing.
Yeah.
It's been proven now that the frequency of sound also affects your cellular level and can calm your vibration. Yeah. So anything that raises your energy to a higher frequency, because we're all beings of energy, is what I love and what I try. And I think there are like 100 different types of movement meditations. Yeah. I'm actually writing and doing a lot of research on them too, because I feel that will really help free you from your own body and your own mindset.
Yeah. And I love that because you've been able to master that. So
yeah, it's just really helped me.
Yeah, exactly.
Some people can sit in silence, but I know a lot of friends who like, Nikki, I sit in silence and I just can't do it. So many thoughts come up.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I used to be like that too. And now I can be comfortable with those thoughts.
Yes.
So now I'm just like, okay, I'm meditating and this thought's coming, but I'm not my thought. It's just I'm observing it, you know?
Exactly. And you're responding, you're not reacting.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you think that you're living a life today that you manifested? Do you think you've manifested your life?
I'm definitely living a life I enjoy. Okay. I'm very privileged and lucky to say that. Like, I love what I do. Manifested, I struggle with answering that because I don't know. Then does that say? Are we saying that we're in control of our lives and thing, or is there a higher power and a divine order to things? If we don't interfere, it would happen. Yeah. So I don't know if it's a result of my own actions and intentions, or if it was just a path laid out and I'm living it and enjoying it and not resisting it. Right, sometimes good or bad, then we resist. Like, but yeah, I feel I'm confident enough to say that the life, I'm manifesting the life that I think I need. But then the issue sometimes is we always want more. Like we always want.
And how do you quiet that voice that wants more?
Yeah, because it's never content.
Yeah.
Because today it might be like, I want to get married and have a kid. Then you get married and have a kid. Then you have a new desire. Yeah. And then you'll have
you want a bigger house. You want a bigger business. You want
a car or anything you think will bring joy. Then you notice that with like most billionaires in the world, they're like either deeply discontent or they completely change their lives because they're like, I thought it would bring me happiness, but I feel more alone. Yeah. So I don't know if this whole cycle of manifesting and getting, if it's just based on your desires and not for a higher purpose or good, is actually a good cycle to be in, because then it's like, then what? You get it, then what? So what I think is more important is, are we manifesting presence, attitude, contentment, good or bad? Because you can't, what I've learned also, you can't just want the good side of manifesting. It comes with the bad.
Absolutely. You know, like you mentioned that you were single for 30 years, right? And then you manifested, a partner that's perfect for you, right? How, like in those moments when you were single and you were helpless and you were like, I can't find the right partner for me, or you faced rejection or any of that, what was the thought that kept you going? Like, what was the thought that brought this person into your life that is perfect for you?
It was funny because I think it was more, it links that I am enough. Yeah. And that there is an abundance of men. Yeah. I am not, and obviously Sachin's the right one. We're the right people for each other, but before I met him, or he was in the picture, there were obviously men that I liked, but it didn't work out, and I took it really personally, and then I thought, is there something wrong with me? But the minute you switch your attitude to, no, a man would be lucky to have me, and I take care of myself, you attract also different kind of men, right? Yeah. I don't think earlier on, because I hadn't done the work, I would have attracted someone like my partner today, because I was just a different person. Yeah. I was more needy. Yeah. And then I think that didn't attract the right energy. So it sounds weird, but it is true, as they say. It's when you don't look for it, it comes. Yeah, yeah. But you have to be okay, with it happening or not happening. And just really having this deep-rooted belief, like no doubt that, like,
Yeah. So I think for me, because I'm single, the way I look at it is, obviously I exist. So there is someone that exists for me.
100%.
And you get, as you're healing and you're going through life, you're getting closer to things, right? You're getting closer to the dream partner, to the dream whatever, like job, business, all of that. But I think along the way, you can't settle. So, the way that I look at it is loving the life that I have right now and being content in the life right now, so that when I manifest my partner, I manifest from a place of wholeness and not from a place of lack. Because I've done that in the past where I'm like, no, I need to be with someone. There's something missing in my life. There's nothing really missing in our lives, is there?
Nothing.
Where we always have what we need in that moment. So for me, that's how I look at it. And that's what I tell my friends as well that are single. I'm like, listen, that perfect person for you exists. They might not be perfect and you might need to make compromises to make it work.
Yeah.
But you guys will do it for each other and they will fulfill your core needs.
Exactly.
And vice versa. But to get that, you need to have faith that it will happen. And I think the second thing is knowing that with full confidence that you deserve it. Because a lot of people struggle with the whole, do I deserve it?
So, and why do you want to get in a relationship? Like being so crystal clear, like why, what it is. And I remember clearly sitting down with myself and I was like, growth. Like I want a partner to be a best friend, grow together. We're two individuals, but we need to be in unity. Like that word was that important. But growth has always been there. And then you just view relationships differently. Like it's not about, no one's going to really complete you or fulfill you. You do that to yourself. But just to have someone by your side is like so beautiful.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So changing, I think also as women, we're quite independent.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's a bit not, if you're single and independent for too long, it can work against you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because then you have to learn how to be dependent on a guy, emotionally express yourself. And it can take adjusting, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So today, like, what advice would you have for women that are watching this podcast?
Be authentically yourself. Like, love yourself. Spend as much time as you need. Really understand yourself. Your softness is your strength, and your calmness is your confidence.
And what sort of a world would you like to see your daughter grow up in?
Oh, that's such a good thing. She's going to be here in like a month, so she's no, touch wood. Like, honestly, I feel just a kind, present, compassionate world where countries are not going to war, where everyone's treating each other like they want to be treated.
Yeah.
Less greed and ego. I don't know, this year has just been, we've seen it with politicians every day changing things. Yeah. And just stability.
Yeah.
I think that's what any parent would want for a child, is like a stable, secure world.
Yeah.
And peaceful. And hopefully as a parent, more conscious. I'm not projecting my own needs.
Yeah.
I'm reading a lot about conscious parenting right now. And it's different when you bring a child. They say when you become a mother, you appreciate how much your mother's done for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Sacrifice, because you're just giving, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, just enjoying the journey. But I think I always love, go back to the Prophet by Khalil Gibran, and he said, your children are not your children, their life's longing for itself.
Nice.
Right? So we're just the guardians, the guide.
Yeah.
But I don't own or possess. I think that's where parenting I've seen, where you become either really overprotective or you become like a dictator.
Yeah.
And I think it's letting the child evolve. They're supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And making mistakes.
Yeah.
Because in Asian culture, it's hard to, sometimes frowned upon if you make a mistake.
Yeah, of course.
Right? Yeah. There's no room for that. And I'm thinking, no, actually, it's good if they fail. Let them come to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Rather than trying to fix.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm very excited to see you in this next journey. I think it's going to be great. Yeah. And I'm very excited for your new business ventures, because I think those are going to be really, like, that's like a labor of love in itself.
Exactly. And also, just to add on the child, for the longest period, this was first date conversation, I told people, I don't want to have children.
Really?
I was just not. So, and then I changed my mind after I went on this Joe Dispenza meditation retreat for a week, like intense 8 hours meditation. And I had a child come to me, like a spirit. It was a girl.
Wow.
2-3 years ago. And suddenly, I don't know what, I just became really maternal and broody. And I'm like, this is something I have in me. I didn't know I was suppressing.
Yeah.
Or is natural or a calling. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was chosen.
Yeah. Wow.
To be a mom. Like
That's
before
amazing.
a man was even in the picture.
Yeah.
And then I changed my whole view.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's okay. I do want a child. I do want a kid. So
Yeah.
it just shows, just because your life is a certain way, or you think, or you have a certain belief, it's okay. You can change.
Yeah. Exactly. I think being flexible is key. Nothing is set in stone.
Nothing.
Yeah. That's amazing. Thank you so much for being on here, Nikki.
Thank you, Fizah.
It's been great.